Hey guys, so I just wanted to make a really quick video about one of my coaching calls that I just had with one of our newer agents. So I was doing my morning jog and I received a call, kind of like a distress call, I guess you can call it, from one of our newer agents who just came on board. As you guys know, I am a coach and a mentor here at eXp Realty. And I thought I'd just kind of share a little bit about what I told him to, kind of see if I can empower some of the newer agents, or if you're somebody that's looking to get into real estate, and kind of what to expect, and how to kind of deal with all of that, right? So as I told you, I was out jogging this morning. One of the agents that came on board under my team actually called, and he was kind of distressed because it's been about 3 months. He hasn't sold anything. Kind of questioning whether or not he actually even made the right decision about joining, us here, and whether getting the real estate license was even something that he, that's even worth his time, right? So here's the thing. So he calls, like I said, very distressed. Kind of wanted to see what kind of advice I was going to give him. Now, here's the thing, guys. So first of all, get kind of like in tune with why you even got into real estate to begin with. Okay, now the mentee, the person I've been mentoring, he came from a good, nice posh job, a good 9 to 5 with benefits and things like that. And first thing is, when people come on board with us, I go into asking them, why did you even decide to go into real estate? Like what is your motivation, right? So if you got into real estate because you wanted to have the flexibility to make your own hours, kind of like become your own boss, and kind of like the promise of unlimited income, right? And you don't have an income ceiling, so the harder you work, the harder the more you get paid, right? That's kind of like the promise. So I mean, if that's the case, so you have to understand that this type of business takes a while to be built, right? So if you're going to get into real estate and expecting a paycheck at the end of the 2 weeks, that may not be the case, okay? So now granted, there is that the promise of unlimited income, and there is that, for the most part, it's true that the harder you work, the more money you're going to make, right? But you got to be realistic, because think about it. It's like being that doctor who has never performed surgery. You just became a doctor and you want to kind of perform surgery on your first one, right? So think about it. Even people in your sphere of influence, they're going to be hesitant to want to work with you, right? They're going to be hesitant to work with you because, well, nobody wants to be your experiment, right? So how do you deal with that? Like, what's the cure for that? Well, the cure for that is you got to focus on your value proposition. You got to focus on why people are going to want to be working with you rather than somebody else, right? So you make sure that you hone that, and you just kind of like really fine tune it. Okay, number one. Number two, like I said, get in touch with why you even got into this business to begin with, right? So that's really important. So get in touch with that. We talk about journaling here. I teach you guys how to do journaling. That's a way to kind of like really get some clarity about what you want and why you even got into this business. But like I said, also, you have to understand that this is the type of business that's going to take about 6 to 9 months to build. Okay, you're not going to make $100,000 in real estate in 2 to 3 months. Okay, if that was the case, there's no need for doctors, there's no need for lawyers, there's no need for engineers. Everybody would just do real estate. Okay, but that's not the case. It takes a while to build a business. Okay, just like any type of business, if you were to open a pizza shop, an ice cream parlor, or whatever, it's going to take its time, right? It's going to gradually go up there, right? And so my advice to you is, like I said, step one, get in touch with why you got into the business to begin with. Number two, get a program that you can follow, okay? Like Tony Robbins says, mimic somebody. Do something that somebody else has already done and mimic them, and you can actually make it your own. Uh, and number three, just be patient, okay? When I first got into the business, one of the kind of like regrets that I had was not, kind of finding a system to go after, right? So I got into the business saying, well, I got a business degree, and I'll kind of figure this myself, right? And I wish that I actually got with a mentor, and that's kind of why I became a mentor, that could show me the steps on how to get there, how to achieve my goals, and kind of keep me accountable, right? So it's important that you actually go with a program that teaches you step by step how to get there and kind of keep you accountable, right? Because it's going to take time. Like, there's certain things that we teach in our program, like, how to properly hit up your SOI without being creepy, right? Because the thing about it is, let's just be honest. Like I said, just because you got your real estate license does not mean that people are going to be breaking down your door and begging you to do business with them. In fact, it's actually the other way around, especially your friends and family. Like I said, nobody wants to be your test subject, right? Nobody wants to base their decision, their life-altering decision, based on your degree from, or your license from whatever school, right? Let's just be honest. Schools are good and they teach us the rules and how to kind of make sure that we don't screw up, and how to not to get fired or sued or things like that. But they don't really teach you the proper way to actually negotiate and things of that nature, right? So your friends and relatives are unlikely to want to do business with you right away, right? So they're going to be hesitant. So like I said, we teach you how to kind of help you define your value proposition as to why people are going to want to be working with you, and just to kind of like build your sphere of influence. Because like I said, you're not going to have business right away. You may have one or two closings, but it takes time. Because think about, even somebody that told you they're looking to buy, the likelihood of them wanting to be under contract tomorrow is very, very unlikely. But let's just say that they would, right? Because there's a process that they have to go through, which is the process of being pre-approved, and the process of looking to see what's out in the market, and the process of closing, and so on and so forth. But let's just say that they're ready to close, right? Let's just say they're ready to be under contract. So think about this for just a second. If they are ready to go under contract tomorrow, how long does it take for a property to close? In my market area, it takes about 45 days, okay? 30 to 45 days. 30 best scenario, 45 kind of mid-range, but you can go past that. That is, if you haven't to negotiate repairs and so on and so forth, right? So right then and there, you're going to be about 1 to 2 months out without income. So that you need to understand, and you need to be used to that, okay? So what we teach here is we teach you how to kind of like line up your pipeline, how to keep your your pipeline ready, so you're kind of doing closings on the monthly basis. That's how your business is going to thrive, and that's how you will survive, really. So it's important that you know that. It's important that even before you actually get into real estate, you start building your pipeline. And it's important that you know what conversations to have. It's important that you know how to engage people and how to build up that rapport with people to the point that they're trusting you and they have enough faith in you that you will deliver, right? So that's all that I had to say. I hope that you guys find this very useful. If you do, we're going to be putting out more videos that have content like this. So do subscribe and click that notification button so we could deliver you some valuable content. All right. Other than that, the information about me is below. So if you want to check out some of the stuff that we have for you, you're more than welcome to do that. It's going to be in the link below. Have a wonderful day. Bye.